Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to understand layered architecture in .NET Core, which is also known as N-tier architecture. So this is one of the most commonly used architecture in enterprise. And by the end of this video, you will clearly understand how this architecture works and why it is so popular. When applications are small, writing everything in one place seems to be fine. But as application grows, mixing UI, basic logic, business logic, database code makes it difficult to maintain and test. Architecture helps us to organize code and manage complexity. And layer architecture is simple and effective solution for this. Layer architecture divides an application into multiple horizontal layers, where each layer has a specific responsibility. Each layer communicates only with the layer directly below it, which helps it maintaining clean boundaries and better control over the code base. In typical .NET Core application, we usually work with four main layers. One is presentation layer, then next is business logic layer, third is data access layer, and fourth is database layer. So let's understand each of these layers with practical example. So first is presentation layer. The presentation layer is where user interacts with the application. In .NET Core, this layer is built using ASP.NET Core MVC, Web API, or Blazor. Its job is to receive requests, perform basic validations, and pass the request to the business layer. It should not contain business rules or database logics. So basically, when we have UI, from UI we send any request to Web API or Blazor. So this layer is that. So where we just take a request from UI and pass it to the next layer, which is business layer. So and it does not contain any other business rules or database logic. So just taking request from UI and passing it to the next layer. Now next is business logic layer. The business logic layer contains the core rules of application. This is where decisions are made, such as whether a user can place an order or whether a discount is applicable. So in .NET Core, this layer usually contains services and interfaces, makes the code easy to test and maintain. So if we have any specific condition, like if this user is valid, or if this user is authorized to place the order, like that. So that all business logic layer we need to handle here. So basically, business logic is where we put all the validations related to business. It's not the UI validations, only validations related to business. So that all part comes under business logic layer. Data access layer. Now the data access layer handles all the communication with the database. It contains repository classes and uses entity framework code to perform CRUD operations. The business layer does not directly interact with the database. It communicates only through this layer. So when we have a database, like here we can see, and we have business logic layer. So data access layer is intermediate between these two. So we send requests from presentation layer to business logic layer. Here we handle all the user related conditions, and after that we send requests to data access layer, and then data access layer communicates to database. Okay. Now last layer is database layer. So database layer is responsible for storing application data. Since this layer is isolated, changing the database has minimal impact on the rest of the application. As this is last layer, if we change something in database, the other layers doesn't impact. So that's about database layer. So this layer basically used for interacting with database, like CRUD operations and everything directly to database will be done from this layer. Now about dependency flows. So one important rule in layer architecture is that dependencies flow from only top to bottom. So lower layer should never depend on higher layers, which ensures loose coupling and better maintainability. So always like request goes from first layer, then second, third, and fourth. It is like that. There is no reverse dependency. Directly database layer is not dependent on presentation layer. So this is top to bottom flow. Now let's see some of the advantages and use cases. So layer architecture makes application easy to maintain, test, and scale. It is best suited for enterprise and traditional web applications built using .NET Core. So, to conclude, layer architecture is a simple and structured approach to building .NET Core applications. It forms the foundation for advanced architectures like Clean and Onion architecture. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you.